All right, everybody. Super excited to be doing another interview today. Today we have probably one of the most influential people for me when I started my affiliate marketing journey, and that's Spencer Meekum. If you don't know who he is, he's definitely very big in the industry, and it's probably one of the number one ClickFunnels affiliates. And I'll go ahead and let him, tell his story and introduce himself. So here's Spencer.
Hey, how's it going, Nate?
So I just want to thank you for jumping on today and taking the time out of your day to come in and join us in my Facebook group. Just wanted to, just want to tell a little bit about where I'm pretty familiar with your backstory, but I'm not sure a lot of my viewers are. So, if you just want to break down a little bit of where you started with affiliate marketing or how you became to be online in the first place.
Yeah, I'll go back. I'm just going to go all the way back.
Alrighty.
1989, I'm born right now. No, we'll go back to, I'm going to go to like 6 years ago, I was in college, and we took a semester off so my wife could go do I guess internship you'd call it, and we were in Hawaii for her to do that, which was awesome. But the plan was for us to go there, and then she was doing an unpaid internship, so the plan was for me to get a job while we lived there and pay the bills while we're there. And so we got there, she started her internship, and I started job interviews, and just wildly, it just was I just could not get one, and it was an issue that I'd never struck before, like some job, right? Like it was never hard to get some job, but for some reason in Hawaii it was impossible to get anything. Like I couldn't get a job at the hardware store, the grocery store, like I'm not shooting for the stars here. So that's what kind of pushed me to find alternative methods and to like, okay, I'm here on this island. There's not a ton of opportunity. There's probably 20 businesses in the place where I'm at. So I ended up going online, doing a lot of searching, and then someone was like, dude, you got to read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And I was like, okay, so I'll read this book. And it's funny because that book has nothing to do with affiliate marketing, has nothing to do with online marketing. It really has nothing to do with like how I make money right now. But the book was like a mindset changer for me. Like it introduced me to a world that just never existed in my head before. He's a big entrepreneur, right? And he's basically the story after story of like, hey, I did this and I did this and I did this. And I'm like, oh, like, and I like dawned like that guy doesn't work a regular job. He doesn't like work for anybody. He doesn't go to a job, work set hours or anything like that. Like he's just kind of doing his own thing. And that's like, wow, like people do that. And it never was an option to me before that because my parents both had regular jobs. Everyone I knew had regular jobs. There was no I didn't even really know what like this lifestyle existed besides like being homeless and not having a job. So that brought me into it, and then years of dabbling, right, which is where a lot of people are right now, probably listening, like just the dabble years, right? Like I tried affiliate marketing, I tried ecom, I tried blogging, like just haven't found the thing, right? But I ended up locking in with affiliate marketing, and after a couple of years of dabbling, losing money, buying courses, not being good at things, I came to realize like, hey, I'm really good at marketing. I'm really good at driving traffic. I may not be good at all the stuff that comes next. I may not be good at like the sales process, like doing sales in general, all that stuff. But I'm pretty good at like putting content out and getting traffic. And so that's the beauty of affiliate marketing, right? Is like you have to have one skill, and that's traffic. And oh, hey, Nate, what's up, man? That's my video editor. He's awesome. So I came to realize like if I all I have to do is be good at that with affiliate marketing. That's the beauty of affiliate marketing is you're only one piece of the pie, right? And then they cover the rest, and you can be a one-man band there. So went all in on affiliate marketing. It still took me a year, like still a year of nothing, still a year of like blowing money, trying to figure things out, wasting time, and then it was like 2017 when I had my first like major win, and it was like major. Like I made a random YouTube video, kind of an accident, didn't have any high hopes for it, and it just blew up. It blew up like to the tune of hundreds of thousands of views and tens of thousands of dollars in affiliate commissions and stuff. And so that was the first like ding ding ding, like okay, I'm in it. Like the first time I woke up in my sleep to money and all that cool stuff. And and so after that, it's just been okay. This is for me. It was 100% for me. And I mean, YouTube, blogging, now TikTok, Facebook group. Those are kind of like, each one of those is like a place where I've discovered I have a unique talent and really gone all in on and done. And those are like the ways that I now drive traffic to these affiliate offers.
Yeah. So you definitely like how you mentioned, that you didn't have any like prior knowledge of like different ways to make income and stuff. And I think like the Rich Dad Poor Dad was a major shift for me and a lot of people as well too. So your first breakthrough, that was on YouTube, right? It was with like a stock video. What I want to say, I might
crypto.
Crypto.
So I was trying to make money in the stock world and failing, and then I made my first video about Bitcoin, and
Okay.
it was timed right, like not on purpose, right? I didn't know what I was doing, but it just happened to be timed really perfectly with the explosion of Bitcoin, and so it blew up.
And then now you focus on multiple platforms. Have went absolutely insane on TikTok. I've noticed that you just blown up on there in the last few months. That's definitely grown. Has that been a huge factor for your YouTube growth lately?
Yeah. So that's kind of been one of the fun things with TikTok is I avoided TikTok for a while. I didn't really understand it. I didn't feel like the audience was there for making money, but got into it in August more as like a test, and then the test went really well. It was like that YouTube thing, and I was like, wow, okay. So I've been kind of like tinkering, like what's the best way to utilize this traffic, and TikTok's got like this creator fund where they pay you per view, and you make so little, it's crazy. Like it's like you have to be so wildly successful to make any money. Anyway, so I realized that I could send them to YouTube, where YouTube's got a lot more data and stuff like that, and YouTube, I just tend to make a lot more money per view. So I'm using it to grow my YouTube channel, and then from there, obviously my email list and a lot of other things as well. But kind of using TikTok differently than the other channels, where I'm using it more as just a bridge into kind of my world. And then once I get them into my world, which is YouTube and my Facebook group and email list and stuff, that's where most of my marketing takes place.
Right, kind of using the virality of TikTok to push other platforms. I like that. So I know you're probably most well known for Clickfunnels, but as you mentioned, a lot of people might not know that you do promote other things, and you are part of other affiliate programs. Like as you mentioned, you kind of blew up in the beginning with Bitcoin, which is really trending now, but it wasn't back then. So what has been your process from when you started to now? How has that changed over time?
My process for which part?
Yeah, just affiliate marketing in general. Sorry if that was kind of unclear, but yeah.
I guess you kind of hone in on a process as you go along. So in the beginning, it was like content links, like just trying to figure out how it all works. And now in my head, I've been able to break it down into kind of some specific, 4 steps. And my process is I build a system. So a system means a landing page, a lead magnet, and an email sequence. Once I have the system, I just go nuts on traffic and do everything I can to drive traffic to that landing page. I know the system's there, so that's all that matters, right? That's the monetization in place. So then I can just make money fairly easily if I can get traffic to it. So I really love that system because it allows me to just focus on one thing, traffic, and everything else, gets done at the very beginning, and I don't have to worry about anything but making good content, which is a lot more fun than that other stuff.
Right, then messing with the back end and all the technical aspects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what would you? Oh, sorry.
Oh, so I was gonna say, yeah. So it just simplifies my life, and if you look at what I do now, it's just stuff like this, right? Like interviews and YouTube videos and TikToks, just traffic all day long content, which is more fun.
Yeah, putting all the little mini pieces of digital real estate out there, basically. So you have you blog, you YouTube, and you do a lot of TikTok. I know you used to do a lot of paid advertising. Is that something you still do, or?
Not a ton, a little bit. So like with a few things, I'll do some, but I've grown to like organic. Like paid advertising isn't my it's not that it doesn't work. It's just not what I'm great at, right? It's more of a numbers game. It's a lot more data oriented and testing and things like that, and really locking in and having to have like the perfect ad that actually does work. And that's just not like how I work. Like I just love to tinker and try and throw out content and see what sticks, and a lot of times it blows up, right? And so I kind of prefer the organic method, the organic just throwing out content. And you kind of systemize that a little bit, but not as much as ads, right? Where you're just in there like looking at data all day long and like trying to figure out what's making this have a slightly higher click-through rate than this and all that fun stuff, or not fun stuff to me. So yeah, I found that like I do better with organic, and I like organic better than the paid side, and so I don't do very much of it.
Yeah, but I personally don't do any, but my success isn't anywhere near yours. But I only ask because I know that's initially how you got a lot of your like Clickfunnels commissions, right? Back before they changed their policies, or like doing paid ads for Clickfunnels. Is that, I guess, to ask a more clear question, how did you have such success with Clickfunnels?
Yeah, so I did scale them with paid. So I actually won the car just with my YouTube channel. So if you go type in pretty much Clickfunnels and anything into YouTube, including just the word Clickfunnels, you'll see me typically at the top. That was where I like honed in the beginning, just owning the YouTube content about Clickfunnels. I'd seen how well I did with Bitcoin, and so I was like, I can create another channel and just focus on that, right? And so yeah, won the car with YouTube. But I was actually still at my job at that point. So I was making like $5,000 a month, right? And I was like, I gotta spend it, I gotta grow, right? And so I don't even need to do with that money yet. I didn't have my business. I was just like a side hustle. And so that's when I went all in on paid ads. And yeah, I did a lot of like paid ads. Did a lot of fun things, like AdWords was a fun one, obviously, like an easier one. I would try, just because Clickfunnels at the time didn't have a direct linking policy, so I'd go look at any ad they were creating in Facebook or Google, and I just make my own ad that's similar, right? Like with a profit share that's almost 50-50, if they're making money off it, you should be able to make money on the same kind of ad, right? Right. Like logically, like if they're giving you half the money, then it just makes sense. So anyway, that was the scaling was with paid ads, and to scale massively, you typically do need paid ads.
Yeah, that's what has that term go. Content to start, paid ads to scale, or something like that is a slogan.
So, yeah. And now I'm back. Typically you keep doing paid ads, but I've kind of gone back to organic now because my organic machine, I guess, is big enough to fund the whole business and my life. And so I really just want to grow a large audience organically.
Kind of establish and continue to build your brand and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So I know. So you do have a blog, and you're like the same as your YouTube channel. What is your blog? It's primarily all about the same stuff, right? As your.
Yeah, it started out kind of broad. Like I was just like, I'm going to do a blog about making money, right? And money things. Putting out a bunch of content and wasn't doing great. And it's funny because I actually have a background in like digital marketing, and I know better than to do that. But a lot of times you don't look at your own stuff, Anyway, I was just pumping out like random side hustles and stuff and not doing well. And then talked to somebody, and I was like, I need to zoom in on something. And so the blog became affiliate marketing, like just that one piece of the pie, right? Which is what I'm good at. Should have done that from the beginning. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I blog about right now is just affiliate marketing, just any kind of affiliate marketing stuff. And as soon as I did that, as soon as I honed in and focused like that, it's like Google caught on, and boom, I started to get tons and tons of affiliate marketing traffic, rank for tons of affiliate marketing keywords, and do a lot better once I focused like that.
And then you have your own course and stuff too, right? Like your own program.
Yeah, so I launched a course 3 years ago. I refilmed it a year and a half, 2 years ago, and then I'm refilming it again right now for version 3. So it's gonna be called Affiliate Secrets 3.0. Just in the last 2 years, I've learned a ton. Half the platforms have become outdated and stuff. So yeah, I sell a course, just kind of everything that I've figured out and what's done it for me over the years.
That's pretty awesome. So what would you say was, I guess I kind of already asked that, but probably, what would you say like the biggest factor for you having success was?
Man, a couple different things. One was once I focused on mastery, meaning once I stopped bouncing around and I said, like that decision to go all in on YouTube was a big one. Like, hey, I'm going to master YouTube. I'm going to, even though I think I get it, I'm going to go more in on it and come to realize that I wasn't really a master of YouTube. And I think a lot of times we think, oh, I get how Facebook organic works, or I get how TikTok works, but we don't really. We kind of like get the surface stuff, and we kind of understand the algorithm, but to get to where you can be like, you can put out a video and you can kind of already know like, hey, that video is going to do this well. Like, I just know it. I can, I've seen enough videos and stuff to kind of just know. And so once I started mastering platforms, like, hey, I'm gonna master YouTube. I'm not gonna do anything else until I've mastered YouTube. People are doing it. It's working. I can do it too. And then that level of focus really took off my business once I started doing that. And then probably the second big thing was breaking a pride cycle. So I always say that when you're doing online marketing, there's two aspects. There's two phases: the learning phase and the application phase, right? And people tend to, like, the perfect person does both of those, right? They learn and they apply, and they're in this perfect rhythm. And as they learn, they're constantly applying it to their business and growing. But most people kind of lean one way or the other, so they'll be like super hard on the learn side, right? And they just consume content all day long. They listen to podcasts. They get home and they watch YouTube videos while they eat, and they love it, and they learn all this stuff, but they just know like theories. They don't really apply anything and don't know anything real, right, from application. Then there's the people like me that are like, I get this, right? Like, I watched a YouTube video on the YouTube algorithm. I get it. It's a pretty simple algorithm, right? Get some watch time and some good thumbnails, and so then we just sit there and like pump out videos. I'm like, why isn't it working for me? I'm doing exactly what I know is right. And we get stuck in the opposite side where we're kind of just thinking that we can do it because it's not that hard. And so once I kind of honed in and I've locked in more of a middle ground of like, hey, I'm going to watch 5 videos today on how to do something and how to like become a better YouTuber. But then I'm going to go spend the next week applying those exact things into my business, right? And putting out the videos and filming the videos and stuff, taking those things I just learned. And once I got into that like good rhythm, the business has been growing really steadily because I'm growing steadily.
Oh, that's really good advice. I like, you definitely mentioned, you hear it everywhere, but to hear it from somebody that's like widely as successful as you is, mentions, really like hyper focused on one thing. And I think that's really important too, just because there's such huge learning curves in general with all of this stuff online, and, trying to master everything at once. And well, I like how you touched on just being like on the surface level, that might not seem that complicated, but like predictably being able to put out content that is going to perform well. I feel like that's like some of the best advice I've heard in a long time. Yeah. See, Nathan's piggybacking. Yeah, this is one of the best things anyone in our world should hear, for real. So to piggyback on what you just said, so what would you recommend as someone who's like a complete beginner? I know you probably talk about this all the time, but what would you recommend? Where someone starts? What type of thing would you recommend someone try to master first? Because as you mentioned, you do have quite a bit of omnipresence, but you obviously didn't master all of those at once. And for everyone that doesn't know what omnipresence is, that's the art of being everywhere. So,
yeah. So the best advice would be to follow the rule of one. So go out there and find a product that you love, that you believe in, that's got good commissions, a good sales process, and say, that's my product, right? I'm just going to promote that product. Like, dump everything else for now. Give yourself one lead magnet, one landing page, write an email sequence. You can do that that can all be done in a few days. And then pick one traffic source and say that's going to get mastered. And so once you've got your lead magnet, your landing page, your 6 to 7 emails, right, about that product and your single product, put it aside and say, okay, YouTube, there's an opportunity on YouTube, TikTok, blogging's a little slower. So if you're willing to put in a year, say blogging, Instagram, whatever it is that you choose, say, there's people that have figured this out. It's working for them, right? There's people that are blowing up on TikTok every single day. I'm going to figure this out and just start going crazy and master that single source of traffic. And it'll happen. It might take a few weeks, might take a few months, but you'll have that one video that just blows up suddenly, and then it'll get a little easier each time. And in 6 months, you'll be blown away. You're like, wow, like I know so much that I didn't even realize I didn't know about this platform 6 months ago. So the rule of ones is how I'd start.
So just hyper focused on one thing, one product, one. I feel like the continuity is very important too, because if your message could be totally off if you're on multiple platforms promoting multiple different things with different offers, that audience can get really confused. I struggle with that for a long time.
And if you've got a hyper focused audience, right? If all your content is about affiliate marketing, that's all you talk about, then your audience only needs to be 500 to 1,000 people, and you're gonna be able to make money because they're so focused. If you're like one of these YouTubers that's just got like a super broad audience of like random people that they've like built up over the years, they struggle because they put out an offer and like 80% of their audience is like, I don't like, why are you offering me that? I don't even know why you're telling me about this, And so if you're hyper focused, your list of 1,000 can beat lists of 10,000 because it's 1,000 super interested people, and you've built this. Right, everything's been cohesive from your landing page to your lead magnet to your emails to your product you promote to your content, and so you're able to take small lists and have big results.
Right. So yeah, I like that you brought that up, because that totally just made me think of another question. So prior to TikTok, your YouTube channel was probably around like 20K subs, I think, right? Or around in that area.
Maybe 25K.
So you're like, and you were making a significant amount of money and like had a ton of success before that. So I guess my question, or not even question, would be, you're definitely reinforcing that you don't need to have like hundreds and millions of subscribers or even followers to have significant amounts of money, because I know that's a misconception with a lot of people when they first start, is they think they need to go like absolutely viral. So I guess that wasn't really a question. Sorry.
No, you're right. It doesn't, like, you need more. You just need a focused audience, not a viral audience. So, I mean, if you've got an audience of 500 people that are all interested in one single thing, you're going to be able to, a good promotion can close 100 of those guys, 50 of those guys pretty easily.
Right. So Remy asked a question. Let's see. What would Spencer's advice be for a newbie like me, just starting with no email list and super low traffic? I tend to fall into bouncing trap that you were talking about earlier.
Oh, I thought this was the question that you were asking for someone earlier. That's the rule of ones is spend this week picking your product, building a simple lead magnet, building a landing page, super simple, right? And then at the end of this week, spend some time researching traffic sources, pick the one that you want to go crazy on, and then spend the next 6 months doing that.
Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. So let's see. What are you, I guess I already asked that. You're working on Affiliate Secrets 3.0. What about outsourcing? So I know that there is certain things you outsource, like you mentioned, Nathan Earl, he is your video editor and things like that. So at what point would you recommend people start outsourcing different things or aspects of their business?
The beginning. Like you can find someone for 10 to 15 hours a week, right? For fairly cheap, $50 a week, something like that. And so I would say there are going to be some tasks that you can hire out from the very beginning. And you'll, depending on what traffic source you use, it might be video editing, it might be someone just posting your content or taking your content and repurposing it. There's a lot of different things that you can do, but you'll see, you're going to sit there your first few weeks and be like, I don't have time, right? I just don't have time for all this. So you need to stop and look at what you're doing and say, okay, what's making me not have time to just pump out content, right? And it's, I'm spending so much time doing this one thing, right? Okay, I'm going to outsource that. And even if by outsourcing, it's just like a Fiverr, right? I'm just going to start ordering my YouTube descriptions on Fiverr because it takes me 20 minutes to do those, right? something that simple, or my YouTube thumbnails. But I would say from the very beginning, start getting comfortable working with people and having other people do your stuff. And you'll get better at it too, because in the beginning you're gonna be like, hey, build this thumbnail, and they're gonna give you a thumbnail, and you're like, that's not even like close to what I envisioned them making, and you're gonna be like frustrated, and then you get better and better at understanding how specific, and understanding how to give directions in a way that you guys are on the same page and stuff, which is where most outsourcers fail, is as they start growing, they just expect people to know stuff, and they're like, this person sucks, and that person isn't bad at their job necessarily. You're just on different pages because you're not communicating well. So start that at the beginning, so that in a year you're pretty good at that when you maybe take an entire chunk of your business and outsource it.
Right. Yeah. So I definitely like how you mentioned that, where they just might not see your vision, or might not see the way that you're looking at it. When you're like, create me something, and then it comes out differently than you expected. To just practice, really. So Juan asked a question: What motivates you other than money? What's your process on the days you don't feel like doing anything?
Good question. What motivates me more than money is freedom. Is like money doesn't even motivate me. Like being uber rich isn't ever something I really wanted, but being free of I wanted to say responsibility. That's a poor choice in words, but free of of that of the kind of bond money puts on us, right? The need for money makes us have to do a lot, and so freeing myself from that is kind of my number one motivation. And on those days when I'm like dying, I'm like, I can't do it. I've got all kinds of pictures and stuff on walls and things that I look at and say, okay, like this is for something way bigger than money. Like if I keep going at this in 2 years, so my goal is at 33 to be semi-retired, meaning I could retire if I want to, and that dream motivates me on the worst days, the best days, every day. The clock's counting down, right? I've set a parameter for myself, and it's coming close quickly.
That's a pretty good, crazy goal. Yeah, but I can't speak right now, apparently. I don't doubt that you'll probably hit that goal for sure. Because I know that you uploaded some videos before that you're like, you do other things other than just affiliate marketing, and you have other sources of income and like blogs and things in relation to online, right?
Yeah. Blog. I mean, I guess it's all. I would say I do affiliate marketing and like the build-a-preneur brand, and then I do investing, and that's kind of the two.
So that's a pretty crazy goal. Retire by 33. That's like the dream, right?
It is the dream.
So definitely the freedom is, I feel like that's a main reason why a lot of people start, would be the time freedom and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, that is the motivation for a lot of people, and it's kind of how I built my brand around. I don't do the Lamborghini brand, which is the motivation for some people. I do the freedom brand. So
let me see if someone else asked the question on here. I'm streaming on TikTok too, so I was seeing if live on there. Would you be open to quickly talking about affiliate?
Oh yeah. That's a affiliate tracking software. So every affiliate program is hosted somewhere, right? And over the years, I've just been frustrated with most of the ones that I've used, and so partnered up with somebody who's better at me at that software side of stuff, and we'll be launching an affiliate program hosting software that kind of takes it from the affiliate perspective, hopefully, and really gives affiliates the tools they need to be successful affiliates, which obviously is good for the company and the affiliate. So that'll be launching in like 2 months. It was supposed to launch like 2 months ago, but it's software, so nothing ever works as planned in that world.
So it's kind of like, is it going to be like a replacement or a thing, kind of like First Promoter, or?
Yeah. So it'll be, if you've used First Promoter, we found it clunky. It takes like a special coder to connect it to Clickfunnels, and anyway, First Promoter was our initial, the people who I promoted and said use them, but got frustrated with a bunch of things, and we talked to them about fixing them and adding these features and stuff, and it never happened. So we just built our own.
And then someone asked, when is 3.0 coming out?
Hopefully March. So I was up, if you can tell, my eyes are a little red. I was up to like 1 a.m. filming 3.0 last night. So it's a lot of videos. 2.0 was like 120 videos, and 3.0 will probably be similar. So just pounding through that right now.
So for anyone that doesn't know, do you want to just give like a quick overview of like what's entailed in your course? Like what is the primary focus, or like, what do you cover in there?
So it's built around building an affiliate marketing business, a real affiliate marketing business. So there's a lot of like methods for affiliate marketing out there that people use. Google affiliate marketing, YouTube, and you'll see everyone's got their own way of doing it. I've come to believe that there's only one way to build a true affiliate marketing business that lasts for years, that grows, that actually grows and can get you out of your job and bring in consistent income. And so it's built around that idea, how to build a real actual affiliate marketing business that doesn't just generate random commissions at random times in your life. And the way it's structured is it teaches you to build a system, kind of like what we've talked about in here, a system of landing pages and lead magnets and email sequences and things like that. And it teaches you to build that system. And then it goes really in depth into traffic. Like that's kind of where I am good, right? And that's where I've found myself to be best at is the traffic. And so YouTube, Facebook groups, Facebook organic, TikTok, AdWords, what else do I do? Blogging. So it's got, big modules in there for each one of those. And you basically pick one of those and you build your system, pick one of those traffic sources and point that traffic machine at your system, and that's how you build an affiliate marketing business that can grow and withstand the test of time. So that's what it's about.
So that's pretty awesome. It kind of just gives like the person taking it the freedom to kind of choose which platform they want to go with or the route they want to go. They're not necessarily pigeonholed into whatever it is you're promoting, because you cover a lot of different aspects in there.
Yeah. And I always tell them, like, in a year, maybe if you're getting good at YouTube and you're like, hey, I've hired someone, I'm kind of just I'm just the guy that films the video now, then you can add traffic source number 2, right? And get good at that and master that, and then you can add a third one. But I would say just start with one, figure it out, and go from there.
So basically, just to piggyback on that, so just focus on one until you're comfortable and it's easy for you to maintain that. Is basically So, and then we'll just talk about another thing that you have, your newly released WordPress plugin. I know you just launched a WordPress plugin. That's awesome. Affiliate linker. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that it's a WordPress plugin. It's basically an affiliate link management plugin. So as you get more and more involved in affiliate marketing, you're just going to end up with like 50 products that you have promoted or do promote now, and you've got links everywhere and it's a mess. And then some affiliate program emails you and they're like, hey, we changed programs that we host our affiliate program, and your new link is this. And you're like, I have no idea where I've put that link. Like it's on some YouTube videos, it's in blog posts, it's like on TikToks, I don't know. And so it's a place to host all your affiliate links. It sends them to a clean link. So my links look like buildapreneur.com/Clickfunnels. It's a nice clean link. And then it forwards on to Clickfunnels. If Clickfunnels changes my affiliate link in a year, I can go in and just easily insert that, and then it'll change that link everywhere that it's currently residing. It allows you to do retargeting if you want to retarget people that click your affiliate links. Like Facebook or Google lets you do that. It lets you I'm trying to think of all the things it does. I'm freezing up here. But essentially, it's going to let you do a lot more with your affiliate links. It creates like resource pages so that you can send your audience to a page that they can type in things like, hey, I'm trying to figure out YouTube. And you type in YouTube and it shows you, hey, here's 3 YouTube courses. Here's my video camera. Here's everything I recommend for someone starting in YouTube. So it creates this page a resources page for your audience where they can go and find anything you recommend. And of course, anything they click is an auto-generated affiliate link. So, just cool things like that.
It's pretty awesome. It definitely helps you, because it'd be a headache when like links change. It basically will help you avoid like having broken links as well, like throughout the internet.
Yeah, which is a huge problem in affiliate marketing. So
do you have affiliate programs for any of your products or all of your products, or how does that work?
the course has one. So at affiliates.buildapreneur.com, you can be an affiliate for my course. The linker one, we're kind of in soft growth mode. So we launched January, and we sent it out to about 120 people, and now we're just kind of getting feedback. We're working through. We had like 5 or 6 bugs that we're working through, and then we'll launch again once those 120 people are all happy with it, and that's when we'll open up the affiliate program.
So Nathan said you can use sub ID to add affiliate ID tracking to your platform as well.
Yep. Sorry, I kind of froze when I was describing my own software there. Yeah, so it can do, like, if you're a legendary marketer affiliate, for example, you can make your link say buildapreneur.com/clickfunnels/ YouTube or /legendary marketer, /YouTube/ legendary marketer review. And then when you go in, it'll give you detailed stats and say like, hey, your affiliate link was clicked 100 times today. 10 of those were this YouTube video, 10 of those were this YouTube video, 5 of them were your Facebook group, right? 3 of them came from this email. And so you get a report on where your clicks are coming from. And then it can move those sub IDs along with the click. So legendary marketer will pull that data in from there, and it'll say, hey, you made a sale. That sale came from YouTube, or that sale came from Facebook. And so obviously the more data you have, the better decisions you can make as a business owner. So
it allows you to be really targeted and really know what is performing where.
Yep. So then you know where to put your time. Because it kind of sucks when you're like, hey, I got 5 sales. Like, should I make more TikToks or make more YouTube videos, right? Or like, where are they coming from?
Right. Just a bunch of, you have no idea. So I know that you promote a lot of software companies. Obviously, that's like what you're notoriously known for, I would say, would be like the Clickfunnels community. But so what's your opinion when it comes to promoting lower ticket software companies in comparison to like higher ticket products on the front end, or even tripwire offers like Legendary?
I mean, I love promoting tripwire offers. So like those are my favorite, because as a marketer, I can get someone to sign up for a $1 product or a $5 product really easily, right? Like that's not hard. And so then I can let a company that's like Legendary Marketer, for example, they're very good at selling, right? They've got a perfect system in place. And so I love being able to promote tiny products and then letting a sales system that's better than something I could create come in and take it over from there. In terms of smaller softwares, yeah, I mean, if you love it and it works for you and there's a large enough audience, right, you can do well with any small software. Any small software typically has tens of thousands of users to survive, right? So if they have tens of thousands of users, you're going to be able to do okay even promoting a $50 a month software, or 40 or 30. If it's like 10, you're probably going to struggle. Like if you're making like $3 to $4 in commissions, like I promoted TubeBuddy for a while, but it's a cheap. I like it, but it's cheap, and I got tons of users and still making $100 a month off it, or $200 a month off it, or something.
Yeah, the paid is like $4 or something, so the commission is probably
maybe nuts.
80 cents or something.
Yeah, so I kind of pulled away from promoting TubeBuddy.
So I'll piggyback on that a little bit. So what's your opinion on digital products versus physical products? As you're mentioning, physical products, you could expect to make smaller commissions. So
I think physical products only work pretty much through doing blogs, and then maybe like certain niches, YouTube, where you can do like camera reviews and things like that. But I think for beginners, it's by and large much easier to promote large digital products that can give you a $500 in commission versus a $1 in commission physical product. They're not super different to promote. Like you can have $100 software, or you can have $100 Yeti microphone right here, right? Oh, there it is. But the Yeti microphone's got so many more costs. They're going to give you $5 in commission, and the software is going to give you 50, and to the user, it's still just $100, right? Either way, so it's just as easy to sell one versus the other. So why focus on the one that's going to give you $5 in commissions?
Right. To like get the $500 in the microphone sales, you need like 100 sales instead of a couple of sales with the digital product. So we are coming up on 40 minutes. If anybody has any questions, be sure to start dropping them, because I usually like to wrap them up and I don't want to take up too much of Spencer's time. So let's see. Digital, we already covered that. So we'll just talk about blogging quite a bit. So I know you've had a lot of success on blogging, and I have quite a massive blog as well. But you mentioned that it takes serious amounts of time. So you just want to let's touch on that a little bit, because I know a lot of people, there's a lot of teachings out there that talk about, like, you can do a blog and then you're going to start seeing traffic from it very quickly. So what's your experience with that?
I haven't seen blogs get traffic quickly. Yeah, I mean, I would say 6 months before you start to see traffic on a blog, of a brand new blog. You can buy a domain. It's like an old domain, and maybe try that route. But if you're blogging, maybe sometimes things can blow up. And some of these killer bloggers that are awesome, like they managed to do it in 3 months or something. Like, I was profitable in 3 months, but like they've got 50 blogs. They've been doing it for 10 years, right? Your first blog, it's not going to turn out like that. And so I would just say, get into blogging if you've got a mindset that can handle a year of nothing, right? They can handle working for a year and not really seeing results at all.
Right.
Because it was just hard, right? Like, it's hard to work for 6 months and look back and say, like, nothing's happening. But it is happening. It's happening behind the scenes at Google, right? They're tracking. They're seeing that you're consistently putting out content, that your content is niche, and maybe they're starting to test it and stuff like that. And so, yeah, just be prepared for that year.
I appreciate the advice. Is there anything you would like to circle back on, or anything you would like to touch on before we wrap up? I know that's kind of a really open-ended question, but
yeah, I would just say, maybe one thing is, it's all about traffic. So there's all these things we talk about, like systems and emails and blah, blah, blah. If you get traffic, you'll make money. Like, if you learn to master a traffic platform, if you get good at one of these platforms, you'll find a way to make money. It's just, like, it's a numbers game. And most people, like, they spend so much time on all this other stuff and so little time putting out content that actually generates viewers, that that they're doing it all backwards. And so focus a vast majority of your time on building an audience, getting traffic, and the money will come naturally as you do that. Like, you'll be able to hone in your systems and stuff as these people start flowing through.
right. So yeah, I feel like I see a lot of people, and I've made that huge mistake as well, is editing your funnel and all this back end stuff, that if you can't fill that funnel, or even get consistent quality leads to it, then you're kind of doing it backwards. So definitely focus on the content creation. So Juan, what was the turning point on YouTube? When did you think this was going to work? Was it the viral video?
I didn't really have a turning point, because YouTube was one of my lucky ones where I'd been blogging for a year and trying Instagram, I think, at the same time. And then I put out, it was either my second or third YouTube video, without really trying, and it blew up. And so there was no real turning point. Like, I kind of lucked out, and it did really well. And that was my turning point, where I said, hey, I'm going to stop trying this blogging and Instagram thing, and I'm going to instead focus on YouTube, where a mistake or an accident just brought me all this money, right? Which clearly a lot of potential there.
And then you've just kind of doubled down on it ever since, yeah?
Yeah, so 2 YouTube channels, and yeah, that's my number one source of traffic, and the number one thing that I enjoy doing and want to be known for in the long run is mastering YouTube. Awesome.
Well, thank you. I want to just say thank you for jumping on and taking the time out of your day. I know you're busy, super busy, and coming on here with us. And everybody that's watching the live, be sure to check out Spencer's content, which I'm sure you've seen him somewhere, and all of that. And yeah, I think we'll just end there then.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
See ya.